Hello friends, this video is a continuation of the previous videos, so please check them in this playlist, ComfyUI Ultimate Guide series. Okay, now I am backing to the previous workflow and I want to do a fast review. With this node, I extract the masked area and add some reserve area to the left, right, and outer sides. With this node, I upscale the masked area. With this node, I make some blurriness in my mask for using with differential diffusion. By using this node, I rescale the output to the original size before upscaling. And with this node, I can mix the resized render output with the original image. And also I use this node for making some grow effect in mask that I am using for composition. So I have two nodes. One of them is making some blurriness and one other is making some grow effect. So I think I can link these two parameters together and it will be easier to adjust. So I should click on convert widget to input and convert blur to input. Okay. And let me back the grow. So only from this one I need the blur, and from this node I need the convert grow. And after that I have to add some integer value. And again, if you go to layer utility, here you can see a node for sending some integer value. And now you can adjust these two nodes both together. So and what is the next step? Let me save these nodes. Okay. Let me save these nodes. And let me show you. And before saving them, I prefer to add some rewrote node. I am doing that by pressing Shift and R. Okay, because I have installed the RG3 extension. And this is the output. Again, by pressing Shift and R. And also here I have another input. So pressing Shift and R. I want to define the inputs and outputs that are necessary for working in this workflow. Okay, Shift and R, Shift and R. Okay, so these are some outputs and these are some inputs. Now let me do some coloring change. I want to select and convert the input nodes to, for example, yellow. And this is input node. And all output nodes in, for example, brown color. Okay, so it will be easier for me to understand how it is working. And finally, oh, also I have to connect the background image to this node. So I have to add another node, Shift and R. And yes, sending this node here, it can work better with this style. Okay, and now I can select all the nodes together, right click and click on add group for selected node. I can select create a group for them, and after that I can rename the group, for example, mask, select and composite. Okay. And now let me minimize the unnecessary nodes. Okay. Because I will not change these parameters and only I'm using the output and input. Okay. And they can be all in these default values. So here I can do adjustment, for example, like this. Let me move them down. Okay. And one more time, click on here and click on fit group to nodes. Okay, now I can save these nodes that are in the group. So I can right click, go to edit group. Because I have installed the MixLab extension, it will be very easy for me, and I can save group as template, and a template will be saved for me with this name. And if I refresh my page, okay, after that, if I right click on the page and go to node template, I can see the saved node. And once that I click on that, I can have them inside my workflow. So from now, I can use these nodes that I have saved, and it will be very easy for me. All right, now it's very easy to use this template that we made. You can right click, go to node template and click on that. You will have this. And if you have selected the node and right click on the empty area, you can add a group for them. And after that, it's very easy to select them. And now you can mute all of them or bypass them. This is bypass and this is mute. Also, you can right click, go to node template and click on manage. And after that, you can select export. If you select, it will save a JSON file for you. Okay. And for example, if you open your ComfyUI, okay, in another computer, for example, for the first time, if you drag the JSON file in your workflow, it will be added to your ComfyUI, and it's different. Let me show you. This is the default workflow, and if I drag this JSON file, it will be added to the default workflow. Okay, so it will be something like custom node, but you have to install all the necessary extensions before, and it's very, very useful. All right, now I want to show all the possible inpainting solutions that we can make in ComfyUI. Okay, first let me add a node for loading image. Okay, and after that, let me use my template and add a group. So it needs to input. Okay. Okay, now I have to add the node and going to conditioning in paint. I prefer to work with this node. I don't need the latent image. And let me move them. Connect. Also connect the VAE. So it needs pixel and also mask information that should come from these nodes. Let me make them closer together because I want to add many different nodes also. Okay, so from here, by pressing Shift and R, you can add these reroutes, and by pressing Shift and D, you can change the rotation. Okay. Oops. Shift D and Shift S. Okay, so it was the first possible, and let me load an image for this. From the generated image, let me select some image, for example, and open in mask editor, select area, press Q. Also, I have to load the checkpoint. Okay, and also I have to add the differential diffusion. Okay, so now it's working better. Now please make sure that you have installed the BrushNet extension. So from here you can search and install this extension. And also for using the BrushNet, you have to download some models. Okay, you can download some model from this link. And for using the PowerPaint, you can download some models from this link. And also you have to place some file in the clip folder that you can download from this link. These models, the first link that is a Google Drive is for BrushNet. You can download them from these folders. And after that, remember, you should rename these checkpoints. Okay, so the folder name is segmentation. For SDXL, you should download and rename that based on this folder name. And also the segmentation, this one, okay, is for SD1.5, and this one, random mask, is still for SD1.5. So download these files and rename the checkpoints based on folder name. These are for BrushNet, and also you have to download this file, these two files, for PowerPaint. And also I am suggesting to rename Diffusion PyTorch model.SafeTensure to PowerPaint v2-1. It's very important because after that you can find them easily. And this is for the clip model, and you can download the model.fp16 for your clip model, and the extension is SafeTensure. Okay, this is the folders that I have. I'm going to Inpaint. I made another folder inside Inpaint folder. The first one is BrushNet, and I have placed the BrushNet files, and also you can check the names. For SD1.5, we have two files. One of them is random and one other is segmentation. And also we have same for SDXL. So rename them like this. And also this is PowerPaint folder that you should place the PowerPaint v2 and the PyTorch model v2-1. Okay, so download them and also rename them. It's very, very important. And for the clip file, you should download and place the clip file in clip folder. Okay, and this is the model.fp16.SafeTensure for the clip. Okay, now let me add them. Make another copy paste them here, add group, and now we have to delete the differential diffusion because BrushNet and also the PowerPaint are not working with BrushNet, and also you cannot send the blur mask and work with blur mask. So you have to send the mask without any blurring. So let me find the node. Okay. This is mask grow. And okay, this is the output mask without any blur, this node. So I'm clicking and pressing Shift R. And also after that, I have to remember to change the color to brown. And let me minimize all the nodes. Place them back. So this node, this mask is without any blurring because the blur is placed after this. And for these nodes, I should bring the mask from here. This is my mask, but also for the image, I can use the same image. Okay, and how I can load that? Let me remove the ControlNet and also the inpainting processor and also inpaint model conditioning. Now, if you right click and go to inpaint area, you can see the node BrushNet. Okay. And you should connect the model to model, VAE to VAE, image to image, mask to mask, positive to positive, negative to negative. And also it have some extra input, BrushNet. If you release, you can add a node with the name of BrushNet loader. And here you can load your BrushNet. You have two different nodes for SD1.5, random mask and also segmentation. And I will tell you what is the difference between them. Now just let me load the model. And after that, connect the model to model, positive to positive, and latent. Okay, so it's ready and we can test it. I want to make sure that everything is working correct. Okay, you can see it's working. Now let me make another copy, paste, and this time I want to select the segmentation. Add group, Shift R, Shift R, and Q prompt. Okay, it's working. The biggest difference between the BrushNet random and segmentation is this parameter. Segmentation will cover all your masked area. And for example, if you are talking about a bottle, it will design a bottle exactly same as your mask area. But random is trying to design a box, design a bottle, for example, or any object, and place that inside the space. And it's it is not going over your mask area, but it is not completely same as your mask area. And if you add a preview node here, you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, the bottle is completely same as the mask shape. So this is the reason that the name is segmentation. And still we have some other solution for doing inpainting. So let me press Ctrl V, select the nodes and add group, Shift R, and Shift R. Okay, let me delete the BrushNet. This time I'm going to Inpaint and I am loading the PowerPaint node. Actually, the PowerPaint is very, very powerful, and personally I liked it. And I think it's better than other solutions. So let me connect everything. Image, mask. Also, it needs some clip information. Oh, for the clip, I cannot connect it from checkpoint. I forgot that. For the clip, I have to use another node that I can't see it here. So I have to click on Add Node, go to Inpaint, and use PowerPaint Clip Loader node. It's very important. And here I should address the downloaded clip model. And from here, I have to select the PyTorch file. Okay, so v2-1 was the new file that I like to use. And for the PowerPaint, you should click Release the Mouse. You use the BrushNet loader. But from here, you should load the PowerPaint. Okay, and use the version 2-1. And the type, I think it could be on flute, and the quality is fine. But if you have more VRAM, you can use with higher numbers. So let me also place it here. And let's see how it is working. Oh, I forgot to connect the model to model, positive to positive, negative to negative, and latent to latent. Now if you queue, it will start to load the model. And after that, it will do the inpainting. Okay, now inside the PowerPaint, you have some different options. You can use the text guide, or maybe you can use the shape guide. Shape guide is a little similar to segmentation, and it will try to generate something more similar to the shape that we have in the mask, but also it can do some adjustment. Text guide will look to your prompt, object removal, context aware, and image outpainting actually are very similar, and I was not able to understand what is exactly different between them. I will show you the result for also outpainting, but personally I think maybe ComfyUI should update the PowerPaint node, and after that we can see what is the difference between them. But now text guide and shape guide are completely visible what is the difference between them. But object removal, context aware, and image outpainting can provide same result for us. All right, so now I have implemented all the possible inpainting solutions for SD1.5, and let us review. It's with normal checkpoint without any differential diffusion. This one is with normal checkpoint and also differential diffusion, so you can see it is blended with the environment much more better. This is with inpainting checkpoint, and you can see that completely you can see the car, and because we have some good space for the building, it can understand the correct scale of the car. This is with ControlNet and also differential diffusion, and here you can see some problems. So in this case, for example, normal inpainting models can do a better job, but also it is good, but maybe not for this case. This is BrushNet random mask, and you can see the car has a good scale and also good details. This is BrushNet with segmentation, and also here you can see the car is completely with the shape of the mask. This one is PowerPaint, and the image set to image outpainting. Actually, also it's not bad. And this is PowerPaint, and it is set to shape guide, and this image is really amazing and with very high quality and high details. Actually, I like the refraction on the glass because I can see the back wall, and actually I think it's working very good. And also this one is very fine with PowerPaint. With BrushNet segmentation, I think it's not working for this case. And yes, you can take the decision. Also, you can download the workflow from my Patreon. Okay, and now I want to implement all the possible solutions for SDXL. So you can look it on fast forward. All right, now the only remaining solution for SDXL is implementing and loading the Fooocuse. And for loading the Fooocuse for SDXL, I have to go to the node Inpaint, and from here I have to load the apply focus Inpaint. I should connect the model to model, and also it needs some information for latent, and for that I have to use another node, VAE encode and inpaint conditioning. Okay, this is also coming with inpainting node, so I have to remove my old node, connect negative to negative, positive to positive, VAE to VAE, pixel to pixel, mask to mask, and also it is working with differential diffusion. And from the inpaint to the latent, from the sample to the sampler, positive to positive, negative to negative, and also the model to model. And because I am using the differential diffusion, at first I am connecting the differential diffusion here. And after that, I am going to case sampler. And the only remaining parameter is the patch. And here I have to use load focus inpaint patch. For the first one, I have to load the head. Okay. This is the focus inpaint head.pth. And for the second one, I have to use the inpaint v26 focus.patch. Okay, it's ready. Just I have to connect the context here and I should be able to run that. All right, here you can see that we have all the possible solutions for doing inpainting or outpainting. And after that, you can take the decision that which one is better for you. Just for implementing the ControlNet Inpating with SDXL, because I am using the Inpaint Dreamer SDXL v2. Okay, this is the complete name. Actually, it's like to work on the image with white area under the mask. Okay, let me show you in the preview image. Okay, I have, if I want to use this inpainting ControlNet model, I have to prepare some kind of image and after that send this image into the ControlNet. And for making this image, I use this technique. I make a white color, send it to color image from layer style, and also this node can create image. For the dimension, I use the original dimension for processing, and also this is the color. After that, I blend the original image with white color and with same mask that I am using inside my inpainting. So finally, I was able to get this image. And after that, I can do the processing. If I check the seed number, you can see it can generate some different image, but actually I don't like that, and I'm not sure that why, but the quality is not perfect. Okay, so now we have all the possible solutions. And for example, if you like this render, you can send the output, okay, to input node that we had here, and after that make a preview from this node. So after processing and loading the checkpoint, it will send the rendered image to our composition workflow, and after some seconds we can receive the image with composition. So this is the original image, and we didn't transfer this image and we didn't send this image to VAE, so the quality is not dropped, and this is the inpainted image, and it's a very nice composition. So in the next video, I will review all the parameters in depth.